Getting to grips with the Sony Honda 2025 electric car, entertainment to go. Sony's next electric vehicle has all the electronic magic of your living room, with much lower ceilings. After presenting the Afeela concept at the CES 2023 show, Sony Honda Mobility invited us for an in-cab technical demonstration at Sony Pictures Studios in Los Angeles. This was our first opportunity to thoroughly test the Afeela concept. Let's have more fun. First of all, does he have a PlayStation? The short answer is yes and no. No PlayStation, but you can play PlayStation machines. A longer answer can be found here. Our second objective with him was to ask what makes this work, but like CES, we didn't get an answer from Sony Honda Mobility. No technical data or even the slightest indication of the equipment. It's clear from the design that the battery sits in a now common location under the floor, and we can see disc brakes peeking out from behind the wheels, but SHM hasn't given us any further information. Sigh. For those who are still reading, I can tell you a lot about interior design. We had plenty of time to sit in it, touch and feel the interior elements and manipulate some of the technology. Clean sheet. Of course, before we did that, it took us a minute to stare blankly at the Afeela Concept's no-frills sheet metal, since it doesn't have door handles. Oh, and speaking of improbable sheet metal, one of the representatives of SHM explained the modest style of which we complained in our first image. The objective is to focus on the Afeela software, and not on its equipment. Approximate. I also noticed that there wasn't enough stitching on the hood opening. When I asked what was going on there, SHM didn't have an answer yet, but the rep said funk was undecided. Back to the door, it turns out that Afeela uses a camera to recognize approaching passengers and automatically open the door. Since this feature has not yet been implemented, owners used a phone app to open the door. The concept car has a button hidden in the fender arch. Learn more from the inside. We climbed into the Afra's leather and suede driver's seat and sat down. Of course it's synthetic. No animals were harmed during the production of this cover. Sony Honda focused on faux suede for the door panels, a recycled, and very convincing, material developed by Honda. Once behind the wheel, we couldn't help but realize that we weren't the ones behind the wheel. Afra has a steering bar, but I don't know what's behind it. Is this a real variable ratio steering system that we can try on the Lexus RZ electric SUV prototype? Or is the steering wheel just attached to a traditional steering system that seemed stupid and useless on the plaid version of the Tesla Model S? No firm answer, though the SHM rep did opine that only a variable ratio system would make any real sense. The rest of the control layout is EV contemporary, lights and wipers on the left-hand column stalk, shifter on the right. The steering wheel, yoke, has fairly conventional buttons, with push-to-talk and stereo controls on the left and cruise control on the right. The essential control buttons, hazard and defroster, are located in the center of the dashboard, next to which are controls for the seat heating and air conditioning. And above all, screen. Afeela has the usual digital driver display, and to the right of it is an ultra-wide screen divided into a central area and a passenger area. At the outer edge of the dashboard is a small screen that replaces the side mirrors. We've seen them before in concept cars. SHM said it expects the camera to receive regulatory approval by the time Afeela is launched in 2026. Screening method. Most of the action takes place on the central screen. Its content can be projected onto the passenger side and vice versa. The tiled home screen looks more like a home entertainment device than a mobile device, and that's a good thing. Of the supported functions, navigation, audio, and video games via PlayStation. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.